Well, howdy there, Internet people. It's Bo again. So today we are going to talk about some news and something that is certainly totally unrelated to that news. The United States recently kind of put out a message to Americans that are inside Russia saying, hey, you need to leave. You need to get out of Russia, basically saying it's time to move on. It's time to get out of this country, and basically just vaguely cited security risks along with the possibility of them being falsely detained or something like that. Many people took that as a really bad sign that things were about to escalate. In what I am certain is totally unrelated news, having nothing to do with that piece of information being put out and that alert going out, there is a rumor that a Russian engineer who worked on the Tu-160, that would be either the White Swan or the Blackjack, depending on your preference there. It is a Russian military aircraft that was recently modernized. That an engineer who worked on that recently showed up at the United States to claim asylum and offered military secrets. If that turns out to be true, I mean, yeah, it's a pretty safe bet that Russia might want to pick some other people up in an attempt to get them back. In an attempt to try to basically say that they were engaged in some illegal activity and try to extradite them and use other people that they had arrested as some kind of leverage. That seems incredibly possible. Those two pieces of information kind of surfacing at the same time, it could just be a coincidence, but it takes a lot of work to make a coincidence like that happen. Those two things definitely seem related to me. Somebody who has knowledge of the production or the development or the modernization of that aircraft would be an extremely valuable person to the United States, and it would be a incredibly high priority for the Russian military, the Russian counterintelligence teams, to make sure that they don't disclose what they know. Because there is the modernization that went on with this aircraft, there's not a lot that's known about it. So if this person has that kind of information, it is a guarantee that their asylum application will be approved. And they will spend a lot of time talking to American officials about that modernization program. Remember, new Cold War. Things are going to look very much the same. History doesn't repeat, but it rhymes. This happened all the time during the Cold War. It will start happening again, not just with Russians coming to the United States, but also people from China and people from the United States going to Russia or China. These types of asylum applications, defections is what they would have been called during the Cold War, they're probably going to happen a whole lot more often. And when they do, there is an increased risk to people in the country of origin of the person defecting, especially if they have information like is being hinted at here. This is a big deal if all of this is true. The reporting that I've seen on it has been pretty light. I would imagine that more will come out in the future. But the two things occurring at such a close timeline probably indicates some form of relationship. Anyway, it's just a thought. Y'all have a good day.